Hi, my name is Anita, and thank you for watching the first video that I've ever made. Yes, I am in bed. I'm exhausted. It's tiring making videos. It's a lot of work. And the one that you're about to watch wasn't anything that I'd planned at all, but it's what happened. And so, anyhow, um, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot. Just thought I'd share a picture of the rooftop of the hotel where I'm staying. It's a nice spot and it has a great view of the stupa. And then now we're on the ground floor of the hotel, headed towards those green gates which lead out into town. And the Taragon Next Museum, where the exhibit is held, is in walking distance of my hotel. So I'm just going to make a little video journey of the walk there. The exhibit is called Feminist Futures, Art, Activism, and South Asian Women, and it is a powerful curation of 10 female artists from Asia who have all exhibited in prestigious museums around the world. I'm going to say that this exhibit was not easy, and maybe that's why it's so necessary. I went to see it twice, very dark. Considering the subject matter, that's not surprising, but also Asian women face a potentially more severe and brutal form of discrimination and misogyny than Western women do. For instance, dowry deaths still occur here. Anyway, moving on, between clips of the artists, I share some footage of the museum grounds in case you're wondering what you're looking at. And that's because, for me, the layout of the grounds of the museum were as interesting as the buildings themselves. And it sort of reminded me of walking around Kathmandu, where Google has no idea what's going on. And the tangle of alleyways and curvy streets and hidden roads make actually reaching a destination a cause of joy and celebration. I am constantly lost walking around until I am not, and that seems to happen over and over and over. So I just trust that I'm going to be lost, and I trust that it's going to work out. That's been my experience walking around Kathmandu. And here we come to the museum. The museum was built in 1970 by architect and city planner Karl Pruschka from Austria. Hi, Anita again. I'm going to take a minute here to quickly run down the artists and what you're looking at when it comes to their artwork. I think it will help. I'm going to have to read from notes, and I'm going to have to be quick. So here we go. The first artist in the video is Ashmina Ranji. Both of her exhibits were originally performance pieces. The museum's exhibits include video from the performances. And for the installation exhibit, excuse me, Zita and Ideal Wife, objects that were used in the performance are part of the exhibit. So Zita references the Hindu goddess Zita, who is depicted as the ideal wife in Hindu culture. The piece also criticizes Kanyadan, which is a Hindu custom of giving away the bride, and ultimately her self-determination. The original performance started out with the artist dressed in traditional wedding bridal garb and jewelry, enclosed in a golden box. She eventually sets herself free of the garb, the jewelry, and the box, and finally Brahmanical patriarchy. Her second piece is Damal, and this piece references caste-based punishments, legalized case-based punishments. And regarding the original performance, I read that she was symbolically enclosed in a black cloth, which she struggled out of, and eventually she rids herself of. The next artist is Boudha KC, and her first piece or installation is called Kori Manchi Baera, Keti Manchi Baera. And here the artist invites girls and women to share their aspirations, hopes, and dreams, and to write them on the red tag that is provided. And I like this one, and I wish I could have taken a better photograph of it, but there was no space to get perspective. But just like any of art, it needs to be seen and felt in person. And did you notice how the artists turned their dreams and hopes into artwork? So I liked it. The second piece is called My Left Hand is My Right, and this installation is a series of casts of the artist's own hands posed in different mudras for Hindu rituals. The artist cannot use her right hand, and here she criticizes the stigmatization of using the left hand in Hindu culture, asking this, does this mean that her rituals are useless? Finally, we have Siba Chachi. Her first clip is Moving the City. It's a 5-minute and 30-second film. And here the expression, a picture paints 1,000 words, comes to mind, as I can't really articulate what I like so much about this. One takeaway for me was I felt that the film asks men to take a look at themselves in the presence of women. I really liked this Moving the City clip. The second clip shows some powerful archival footage of photos the artist took in the 1980s and the 1990s while she was active in the women's protests, mostly in New Delhi. And this is a place where dowry deaths, including burning brides, are still taking place today. And then out of nowhere, while I was finishing the video footage of Siba Chachi and glanced out the window of the museum, lo and behold, a wedding. And I just thought how ironic. It looked like a very happy day was planned, and I hoped the best for everybody because we all love love. As an acknowledgement and tribute, the final words here go to Angur Baba Joshi. She is the Nepalese woman responsible for getting the museum built in 1970. Angur Joshi passed away in 2020 at the age of 87. And reading about her life for me has been total inspiration. A few things. She was born into a good family. She was homeschooled because there were no schools for girls at the time. She married at 11 to a boy 12 and went on to graduate from Oxford University. There's so much more to say about her, but I will wrap it up with some wisdom that she shared that I read. And that is, social service is not done for others, but for yourself. It is a way to purify your heart and soul. Thank you, Angur Baba Joshi, for this wonderful museum and a life of service and purpose.